Stephen, let's move to running back. And I would argue that there has been no program in the history of college football that has stacked running back talent for as long a period of time as Alabama has. We're talking over a decade that there is always 5, 6, 7 running backs that were highly sought after, blue chip running backs in the stable. And then typically 2 guys that are in the rotation, at least 2 guys, 2 to 3 guys that are premier players and productive college players, if not superstars. This past season in 2021, it was pretty much Brian Robinson's show, 1,300 yards, 14 touchdowns, 35 catches, 2 touchdowns. He moves on to the NFL. How do we stack up with all that talent left over for 2022?
Well, first things first, Mark, is where Alabama fans is concerned, hopefully no injuries happen this upcoming season, because that was the big thing for 2021, where you looked at Jace McClellan going down, and you looked at Roydell Williams going down, and Kamar Wheaton, who's now in the portal now, but for Alabama last season, he went down with a knee injury in fall camp. So hopefully, for the Crimson Tide Nation out there, Jeff Allen, David Ballou, Dr. Matt Ray, the entire strength and training staff can keep those injuries at bay. That's the first hope. So if that happens right there, you got a very stacked deck of talent in this running back room. 6 guys on the roster, but the 4-headed monster, you are looking at Trey Sanders, Jace McClellan, Roydell Williams, and Jahmyr Gibbs, the transfer from Georgia Tech. And all 4 guys bring just different things to the table. It's going to be fun to watch, who will be the starter, who becomes the 1-2 punch, who's the change of pace guy. Could a freshman kind of enter the mix? It's going to be fun to watch this running back room, because first and foremost, Trey Sanders coming back is 3 years removed from a foot injury. He'll be a couple of years removed from a car accident that left him with some significant injuries that had to have surgeries being done, including a hip issue. So he'll be back fully healthy for the first time in his career since coming in here to Alabama by the way of Florida IMG Academy. So it's going to be fun to watch fully healthy Trey Sanders. What does this give? What does this provide? We saw at the high school ranks what he was. Power runner, speed in the open space, can catch the ball at the backfield, can do everything on the field. Then you look at a Jace McClellan, by the way of Texas. Before he got hurt, he served in kind of that Josh Jacobs, Kenyon Drake type of role, where not only does he have power between the tackles, but he's got incredible breakaway speed. And to catch the ball at the backfield, he had 3 touchdown catches a season ago prior to an injury against Ole Miss. So getting the Jace McClellan back, that's going to be fantastic. And that could probably be your 1-2 punch right there with Trey and Jace. But then you have Jahmyr Gibbs, and oh my gracious, you're looking at 1,800 all-purpose yards from Georgia Tech and 7 touchdowns. And people are looking at him like, this is an Alvin Kamara. This is a Reggie Bush type of player. So how does he factor in all of this? With the speed that he brings and the athleticism and the explosiveness. And Coach Saban kept talking about he's got the hands on this particular young man. So Jahmyr Gibbs, he can give you running ability. He can give you receiving ability. He can give you kickoff return ability if you choose to put him right there. He can give you punt return ability if you choose to put him right there. And then you have a Roydell Williams that cutback ability. He's a slasher. He's got power. He's got hands as a receiver. He's got pass blocking ability. So it's a 4-headed monster in terms of these 4. And if you can keep all 4 of these guys healthy, this is a special running back room. And not to mention, you still have Emmanuel Henderson, true freshman 5-star, one of the best backs to come from this class in the state of Alabama. And the guy was a showstopper, he juggled 3 sports in high school, played football, played basketball, ran track. And then you got Jamarion Miller, 4-star from Tyler Legacy High School in Texas. And all that young man did was just set the high school record for career rushing yards across 4 seasons, over 5,000. So you got this kid in here. So I think the 2 freshmen, Henderson and Miller, depending on what they do in spring ball, they could be redshirted, possibly not. We'll remain to see what happens. But if this 4-headed monster of Sanders, McClellan, Gibbs, and Roydell Williams, these four stay healthy, Mark, it is going to be a special group of running backs in that room.